And I remember texting John and I'm like, I think you should maybe come home just because I'm not feeling great. I think you should just leave work early just in case. And then like 15 minutes later, I'm texting him and I'm like, you need to take a cab home.
Mm-hmm.
And then you walked into our apartment and it was full blown. If we don't leave right now, this baby is going to be born in this apartment. You were so good because I mean, we had so many transitions of location because I couldn't move. And I remember being in the apartment and you were like, Stephanie, we need to get in the elevator and we need to get in an Uber to the hospital. Because if we don't, the baby will be born here. And I don't want the baby to be born here. And you were like, I'm like, but what? And you're like, no, it's fine. Like, you were so wonderful, but you were also like very practical. You were like, we have to go out there. Like, take a minute, but we need to go out there. And I remember you bringing a towel. We got into the Uber and this poor kid's, it was probably like the first day of his job.
Right.
And we put the towel down on the seat and he was like looking back and he's like, what is happening? What is happening? And I remember you buckling me in and I was so angry at you because I'm like, are you for real now? You're going to buckle me in? And you're like, yes, I am. And you like buckled me in and I was so angry. But then you and John, and because I was taking a car, I was so pregnant at that time. I mean, I was so pregnant. And for the record, obviously for, if this, whatever, I'm 5 feet tall, super pregnant. And I would take the same way to work. And there was construction and you and John are talking and you're having your own conversation of how to get to the hospital. And I did not agree with that. And I'm like sitting there with this stupid seatbelt over me and I'm going, take Broadway. I'm like, take Broadway. And nobody's listening to me. I'm like, take Broadway. Oh. And you were like, Stephanie, and you like grabbed me and you're like, you have to go into those doors. Okay. And I remember like, okay. Okay. So then, and this woman, God love her, the volunteers, she's like 105 with the wheelchair. She wanted me to sit in the wheelchair and she's like walking like 5, it's like 5 minutes a step. And I'm like, the child is literally like coming out of me.